page 97 talks about a primary source. So primary sources are documents, okay? A document is a primary source. It's usually a paper that gives information. The document over here is the Constitution of the United States. It starts out, "We the people," all right? Audio and video recordings are also sources of information. For instance, this video that I'm making for you is a source of information to help you. They have sound and moving pictures. The video recording pictured here is a secondary source. All right, so here's the video recording that they're showing you. A secondary source is something that is made or written after the events happen. Okay, so this is a recording about the Declaration of Independence. This is an actual picture of the Declaration of Independence. Okay, so how can you tell the first three words of the Constitution are important? So how can we tell that this is an important document? "We the people." And it's bold print, okay? So it's important. It's big, it's bold. It has something to say. Why do you think, why do you think this video recording about the Constitution was made? Why do you think somebody made this video? Kind of like I'm making videos for you. Yeah, to help explain it better, to give you more information. All right? So, primary sources usually use historical documents. Okay? What is a document? A document is a paper with writing on it. Okay? It can even be a list. Documents can be simple. They can be very formal, like the Declaration of Independence. Okay? It can be very formal. A historical document is a piece of paper from the past with writing on it. All right? So like the Declaration of Independence. Many historical documents are primary sources because they're the first source. Excuse me, they're the first source. Okay? A primary source is written or made by someone who saw an event happen. Okay? First source. Historical documents can teach us about people, George Washington, places, White House, events, man on the moon, or ideas of the past. So when they got the idea to make an airplane. When reading a historical document, you should look for the title, okay, and the date that it was written, July 4th, 1776. Keep in mind, not all of them are going to have titles and dates, but hopefully they do. Okay? We can tell by the title of this historical document that it is the Declaration of Independence. And this is a very important document for us in the United States. The date's also on there. Okay, it's right here.
Super.
There it is. It's July 4th, 1776. That was the date that all these people signed the Declaration of Independence. Although the document was written by one man, Thomas Jefferson, there were 55 other men who signed it. And each man represented one of the America's original 13 colonies. Okay. Although this document was written by him, all these people agreed, okay? They agreed with him and went along with him. This document says that no colonies would be ruled by England anymore. Not a single one. They're all their own now. It also says that America would be a new independent or a free nation, okay? Reading historical documents can be hard. Think about the Bible. The words in there are hard. It's hard to read. In many cases, it's hard to read because, for this, it's old. It's kind of fallen apart. It's faded. Sometimes they have damage that's been done. And just like the Bible, there are words in there that we don't use anymore. So it's hard to distinguish what it really says. Okay? Many times documents will be copied to become easier to read. For example, These are both pictures of the Declaration of Independence. This is the original one. Notice it's very hard to read. Looks like there might be some lines crossed out. And this one is a newer one that was copied to make it easier for people to read. Okay. So this is the Constitution of the United States of America. It's another important document. Well, what is the Constitution? The Constitution is a plan for our government. It is a set of written laws that all Americans must follow. There's that word, laws that we have to follow, rules, right? There are other things that we can learn from the Constitution by studying it. For instance, the preamble, okay? It is hard to read this historical document.
Super.
Right there is the preamble. This is what it says. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. Do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Lots of words in there we don't really use anymore, right? But the three important words are we the people. That means we, agree, us. The writers of the Constitution wanted to draw attention to those. So that's why when we look at the copy, those words are bigger. Remember we talked about text features. Draw our attention to it. The Union was a group of states or nations that are ruled by one government. So they're talking about our union, the United States of America, all getting together. And so this preamble, this first part of the Constitution, wanted people to know that America was going to be a union of all the states. They wanted all the states to combine into one. Okay? So that's what they did. Now, here's another. This is a historical document. This is the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. This historical document is a program. It tells an order of what was happening. Okay, so like when we have a program or something here at school, same kind of thing. So, we have some questions. What is the event? Well, the event is March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. All right? It was signed and put into effect. It's happening August 28th, 1963. So, one famous person who was speaking at this event was Martin Luther King Jr. We can't really tell where he is in the order of events, but I would have to say that he's probably, I can't even tell, that's not in my book. I'm going to say he's probably close to the bottom. Not necessarily last, but maybe 16th, somewhere down there. Let's try. Oh, yeah. So why isn't he first? If he's one of the speakers, why isn't he first? Well, if the speaker's first, nobody's going to stay for the rest. They sang the national anthem. All right? And that's how it started. And so we have to read historical documents or primary documents carefully to make sure we don't miss any information. All right? It's not always easy to see. So, again, we have some audio recordings that we can also use, and I will record that in a different video.